Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault, and you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
Got the wrong guy, and the dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
Is the next search on February 28, 2020? 7:44 p.m. How, does the FBI find people? The people's misspelled P-E-O-O-P-L-E.
I object.
Did the defendant find out how the FBI finds people in this case? Oh, she found out.
What more do we need to see?
Alrighty, there we go. Welcome back to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. That shot just is not good. It's not good. I don't know why. This one's not much better, but we're here. Welcome back from lunch. Thanks. I did take a long one. Sorry about that. That was on me. It's all me. I do have to say, first and foremost, this afternoon, welcome to Donnie. Kim was first in chat, but she gifted the internet. Under the rules of internet gifting, she gifted the internet to Donnie. So, Donnie, congratulations. You are the internet winner for today. Congratulations. Just keep it running for the rest of us. We're all going to be happy about that. But thank you very much. Let's see. What did I miss? What did I miss while I was gone? Did anything big happen? We got the kids successfully sent off to their next adventure. So they're going to have a wonderful day. It was Humpty Dumpty. It was Humpty Dumpty. Hashtag justice for Humpty. Let's see. Debbie says, I lost my green. However, I'm just lurking today. Welcome, Debbie. Good to have you here. Jerry Wayne, lurking in a weird way. Lurking is okay. We're okay with lurkers. Really, we are. Alyssa lost her courthouse. A lot of people lose their courthouse today. Where did you put them? Why are you losing them? No, just kidding. Day on the docket. Hello to you, my friend. Welcome. Good to have you here. Welcome. Oh my goodness. Woo. 4.7 earthquake in Hollywood, California. I'm all shook up. Says Mystery Singer. I'm all shook up. Please stay safe. Hopefully everything's all right. Standing room only. Did I run are the seats not working? Seats should be working now. Let's see. Oh, they just kick in. They take a minute. They're folding chairs, but they all fold out at the same time. Let's see. Okay, Green Cat. My daughter called 911 to our house. That was a mild heart attack. Surprise, what are you guys doing here? Well, you called. Nope. Marilyn Skull, can't wait for this trial. This is going to be an interesting one. Hopefully, fingers crossed, the delay that has us going to the hearing this morning does not cause a delay to the schedule of the trial, which was supposed to begin this morning with jury selection. So we're hoping that moves through as scheduled. And, wait, what's just chat summary say? Let me see this. Chat summary says, viewers are discussing a 4.7 earthquake that just happened in Hollywood, California, and congratulating Donnie on his new membership. Some viewers, it's gone. Some viewers were talking about something else, but I'll never know. Oh, wait. They're also talking about the Tellus trial and congratulating Donnie. That's it. That's all it was. Congratulations, Donnie. Congratulations on winning the internet. SF in Texas, I got a federal jury summons. That's big. SF in Texas, that is amazing. I can't even get a regular one. I'd be happy to sit on just a civil case, but no, they just don't send them to me. Good afternoon, Melissa. Welcome. I'm going to try this. Preslecki. Melissa Preslecki. Is that right? Or close to it? Have you read the chat summary I sent you to the burner? That was from this morning. Actually, I thought I got something else from you. Maybe I missed that. Okay, here's Ashley's. You got to watch this when you get free time. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Chat summary. Viewers are discussing the current trial about Humpty Dumpty, who is allegedly responsible for murdering a reporter. Humpty Dumpty was supposedly an egg, but some viewers are skeptical and believe he may have been intoxicated at the time of the incident. That was from the other day, where Judge Boyd interjected with the little Humpty Dumpty talk. That is funny. You know, AI is right on the button. It never misses. Never misses. Federal jury summons last week. What are you guys doing to get these jury summons? A lot lost courthouse today. You know what that means, probably, Lily? Lily, that probably means that there was somebody who was very generous about a month ago, and those just fell off all at once. So you might have all been in the same batch. All right, we are getting set for the Robert Tellus trial. Should be in less than half an hour. Oh, Kim, too soon. You paid our taxes. I paid my taxes too. I just didn't know I had to pay separately for that little strip of land with nothing on it. Like those $3. It wasn't a big deal, but I didn't know it was not included in my property taxes. Did you have your mail delivery frozen? We did, both at the post office and at our home. And we, I guess, under federal, they always say federal law, but really it's just like post office rules. They can only hold it for a month. But I went and sweet talked the postmaster. He's like, we got you. Don't worry about this one. Let's see. Ricky C. gifted 5 memberships this morning, trying to get some people back in green. Thank you very much. I bought my federal summons on eBay. Adam, you might get a federal summons now. I didn't pay his strip taxes. This is probably accurate, but the way you say it, it comes out wrong. It sounds like something that it is not. Yes, I'm a geocacher. I haven't gone very much. I used to do it a lot. Used to teach the geocaching merit badge when I was a scout leader way back in the day. One of my favorites to teach because it's a game. Let's see. We also have Selena K. gifted 5 memberships as well. There's 10 more green. Can you give a rundown on this case? Not heard much about it. Candy Kiss, yes, and that's a great question. First of all, we're in Las Vegas for this trial, so this is Pacific time zone. So I apologize for those on the East Coast. It's probably going to be late days, which means late start, late end. But here's what's happened. Robert Tellis is a public official and sort of high profile. Nice, smiley guy, looking guy. He was the subject of an investigative reporter's investigation. This reporter's name was Jeff. Jeff's last name escaped me just right as I started saying his first name. Jeff German? Does that sound right? I think Jeff German. We'll go with that. Jeff German wrote some articles about this hostile work environment that Mr. Tellis supposedly had. Mr. Tellis was not a fan of the articles at all. And so what he did was he got very angry. And then right about that time, someone waited outside Jeff German's house, hid behind the fence and waited. And when he opened the door out of the garage to come out, he was waylaid and stabbed to death. And it didn't take long for them to point the finger at Robert Tellis. I think 4 days after that, he still had his DNA. His DNA was taken under his fingernails, and they found the victim's DNA there. So that's like a big red flag. But this is a high-profile court case where Robert Tellis has, he owns like 5 houses, right? He's got all this, he's property, he's fairly wealthy. It's like the politician type look, but it's not looking good on him. So this is a murder trial, and it's like a revenge murder trial for these bad stories or these expose stories that were done. Ricky C. gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much, Ricky. Wednesday is Humpty Day. It's Humpty Day. Let's see. It was 4 months later after the last official article. That's got to be a typo. Who doesn't clean their fingernails for 4 months? This is a motion hearing. If everything works properly, everything works properly, we begin with jury selection today. And that's, fingers crossed, that's what we're going to go for, because we'd really like this court to start. We need to pick up a good court case that we can get involved in. And I love court hopping, but some of these big cases are a lot more fun to really, to sink your teeth into. I guess that's probably not a good example, good analogy, but really like to get involved in and dig into and watch over time. Wagger says, this is the 3rd time I've been gifted a membership. I think your level of engagement helps. Hitting the like, commenting, watching live. Definitely hitting the like helps. Do you know what else helps? Bring in friends who are like-minded. That helps. If you've got some friends who are out there who, those carpool friends that you can talk to about true crime, let them know. Bring them over here. It would be great to enjoy this with them. And before you know it, we'll be celebrating 60,000. Sent the mugshot of the kitten responsible for the 911 call to the burner. Guilty. The new article was in the tubes at the time of the murder, I think. Oh, wow. The latest article? So he was about to have another article be posted, and this sort of put an end to that. This is a case you can dig your nails into. Yes, 6 volt. I see what you did there. Samantha, we will get there in no time. It's going to be wonderful, but no rush. We don't need what do we call it? We don't need bots. We don't need trolls. We just want some people who enjoy true crime and have a good conversation and can be respectful and share opinions. And even, you don't have to agree. Just be respectful. That's all we ask, and then you're welcome here. All right, so we are going to do this. Yes, this trial is going to be interesting. We're just a little bit. We should have video here in the next 20 minutes or so. The new evidence. What's the new evidence? New evidence. This is interesting because we have the reporter who was killed. Was a reporter for a newspaper in Las Vegas. That newspaper is owned by Scripps News. Scripps News is a subsidy of EW Scripps, which is a large news organization. EW Scripps also owns Court TV. Interesting fun fact. So it's sort of covering one of their own in this case. Gordon, woohoo, a new live trial to follow. Yes, we hope so. Fingers crossed. Gordon, congratulations on 15 months as well. Hopefully that new trial starts right away. Hopefully they can seat a jury quickly because this was a sort of high-profile case. Let's see just how easily it is to settle a jury down here. Jeff German reached out to tell us for comment on the next story, and he was killed. That's pretty much the gist of it, and that's how they pointed back towards him very quickly. They're like, well, did he have any enemies? Well, he was writing this hit piece on Tellus. Yeah. Candy Kiss says, thank you for the rundown. Do we know how long this trial will be? I think it's a couple weeks. I'm thinking 2, possibly 3. I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to look. You don't have to like pickles to post here, but it helps. And not just any pickles, but spicy maple bourbon pickles, which the Walmart that I went to first in this state. I'm vacationing in Utah right now. The Walmart I went to first did not have any spicy maple bourbon pickles. They have Famous Dave's, like all the different heat varieties, but those are not quite the same. Not quite the same. So 3 weeks. 3 weeks sounds right, says Christine. 3-week trial. This morning, the prosecution and defense each said they needed about 5 days. Okay, so that would put us at 2 weeks. So 2 to 3. Maybe I was right with my guess in the beginning. I will say this. The reason we had this hearing is this morning, I see that comment, Wagger. Bourbon and Utah do not mix. This morning, Scripps News just turned over information from Jeff German's laptop to both sides. And this morning, at least we know the prosecution has their expert digging through some of that information. So this is brand new information that's just being revealed to both sides. I don't know why it took this long to come out, but it's being turned over now, and so there's no real advantage. It's not a discovery violation because it's like third-party information that's finally being turned over to the state, and the defense is getting it at the same time. So it may or may not cause a delay in the trial. Depends sort of what's in the information and who wants to play it which direction. Misty Harris, thanks so much for a heartwarming place to feel safe on the internet. I love it here. I like it here as well, Misty. It's like home away from home, literally. But R.A. is a picklist. He's anti-dill. Don't make me play the song. Don't make me play the song, Jim. Can you get the pickles delivered from Amazon to your Airbnb? I don't know. I'd have to. I like the ones from Walmart. I don't have any of those other stores. What is it? The Food Lion. You can get them at Food Lion as well under a different name for about 10 cents more a jar. But I don't have any near here, so maybe I can order them online. We like spice for our court trial and spice in our pickles. That's good. Sorry, just checking on Twitter to see what's happening here. Play the song. Big Deal needs new songs. Do I have the song with me? Did I bring it? I was very tempted to play the song this morning when, I think it's this one. I was very tempted to play the song this morning while we were watching a little bit of the Young Thug trial. I'll have to do Walmart online if I can find it. You can order from Walmart and have it mailed to you. Did you see the Daybell House was purchased by a nonprofit and it will be turned into a memorial space? That is nice. It was purchased from his lawyer. Okay. because Mr. Daybell signed his house over to his lawyer as payment for lawyer services. So it was purchased from his lawyer, and now it's going to be memorial. That's good because, I mean, honestly, I'm not sure how many people would want to live there. This was a crime scene. There was like children buried in the backyard. I think memorial is the right thing to do. Walmart by me sells them. All right. Text me the address. I'll go there instead. If you need pickles delivered, just let me know. I'll bring you some. I was looking for them. I went to the one in where was I? I'm trying to remember where we went to Walmart. I went to the one in Layton, here in the Walmart Supercenter in Layton, and it's a big Walmart. It's like it is a supercenter. It's next to a Sam's Club. It's like the biggest Walmarts they make, but no spicy maple bourbons. Check the burner, Denise. Let me look see what's up here. I see a very guilty-looking cat. Orange cat. It's a tabby. It looks cute, but you can tell it's guilty. I need to take an allergy pill just to live here in the state. Did it start yet? It has not started yet, Chucky. We're gonna get to it here in just a minute. We're waiting. This is going to be a pre-trial hearing. There have been other hearings before, but this is one of the last pre-trial hearings because they're supposed to have jury selection starting today. You want to see the kitten pick? Let me. I know this isn't the best way to show it, but I don't have a better way right now, because to get this little box right here working, I have to have this laptop on a wired connection going through this switch that then gets the shared wireless internet from this Mac, and then I can't send files easily that way. But let's do a quick. I'll show you this on the phone. I apologize. This is the best I can do here, but that's it right there. There's our guilty party. All right. Did the cat distribution system bring you a loaner vacation cat? Please no. 6-volt, please no. Don't say that. My kids would adopt it in a heartbeat, and then it would be tears. We already had to go through the grieving process, leaving our other cat to good care, and then coming back. It's even worse. Let's see, Denise, I just got your message. Oh, it's the message about the Daybell home. That's cool. A local to the area purchased the home and is going to turn it into a memorial. That is really neat. That's really cool. Let's see. What if the flavor of pickles changed seasonally like it does with fresh vegetables? I don't think so. I've never detected much variation in the spicy maple bourbon pickles. That kitty is innocent. See, that's what they want you to believe. Trish Faust, welcome. Good to have you here. Welcome. Thanks for checking in. 6-volt. I was off last week. Thought I might have missed something. Let's see. Down the dock. Have you been to or heard of Picklesboro Festival? I saw an advert for it and you came to mind. I've not been. Is that what am I showing you guys? Okay, that's a good view. I'm down one monitor, which is just crazy. Karen says, I skipped over your question. I probably did. I was trying to scroll. I've got zero space to use my mouse and I miss when I scroll. Karen, let's see what your question was. Oh, did your kids like those pickles? No, they actually hate them, which is all the more reason for me to buy them. This is the same reason I buy salt and vinegar potato chips, because I can eat all that I want, and the kids are not going to steal them. And so I love those. I love salt and vinegar. I love spicy maple bourbon pickles, and I know that they're all mine. It's literally a festival centered around pickles. Can you have too much pickles, though? Asking for a friend. I have 5 cats, and I'm working on becoming becoming an amply seasoned and aged cat lady. It sounds like you've got probably some time to go, but you've got the proper number of cats to start out. Yes, you can become pickled. Dill pickle chips are great too. They are. Love them. All right. Any minute now we'll have court. I'll bring it to you as soon as that happens. Audio is set up. Let's see. Do I need 3 for anything? No. Do we need sound 6? Yes. Okay, so we have audio on camera 2, camera 6, mic 1, and program. That's right. That's these bars right here. They're a little hard to see, but that's right. Our feed's looking good. We don't need to record, but we are going to record this one right here. Boom. That's going. Red light's on. Okay, we're good to go. We're ready for this afternoon. Dad's making homemade pickles today. Yummy. With bourbon and spice, or no? Tell is blamed German for losing his re-election. Oh, man. Or the community thanked German for helping them understand not to elect him. It depends how you look at this. I have 18 foster cats. That's a lot of cats. Chat recap is hilarious. How do you get chat recap to just appear? I mean, is there somewhere you can constantly watch it? Because occasionally it will come up on my screen, but I don't know what summons it or why it is there or when it will leave. Is today Corey Richins' jury selection too? No, Lily Wayne. Corey Richins has one more pretrial hearing, and this is the big one, whether the judge decides if we're going to go forward or not. And that's going to be the 26th, 27th, and 28th up in Park City. I'll have all those recorded and bring those to you, but it will not be live. It'll be recorded and then posted either at lunchtime for half the day or at the end of the day. If you toggle between top chat and live chat, it will pop up briefly. There needs to be... Who's here? Oh my goodness, you scared me to death. Utah truffle, mint truffle. I thought I was by myself. Mrs. R.A. just came in the door. I have no idea where the kids are. Mint truffle. That is good. Natural ingredients. That means it's healthy. Manufactured by Candy Co. in Linden, Utah. That is some good. This Utah truffle. Yes, please. Thank you. May I have another? Wow, it's just the right amount of mint too. Oh, I got a correction on the name. AZDCS Oversight says his last name. It's pronounced German. That's really good. All right, we do have a video from court. We don't have audio yet, so we will be jumping to that in just a second. Oops, there we go. We expect that to start soon. What is this candy? It's called Utah Truffle. Might be Utah Truffles. I tore the wrapper right where the E is, if there is an E. It's really tasty. It goes well with the mint-colored shirt. I tell you, sometimes you get too much mint, and sometimes you get too much chocolate. And this was a milk chocolate with a mild mint, and it was you know those little mint, what do they call them? Funeral candies? Is that the right term? Those little pink, there's like hard sugar mint flavored. It's like that, but milder. Obviously truffle, so it's smooth. You've been away for too long. You guys knew about this all the time and didn't tell me? Is that what you're saying? I want one. I don't even like chocolate, says Kikidi. Kikidi, I saw your video the other day. Good job. Telus Trial might be crazy. Didn't know he's a lawyer. Bree Wardell, Layton is where I work. I worked here a long time ago. I used to work for the Parks and Rec Service locking up the parks as one of my 4 jobs when I was going to school full time. I kid you not. Going to Weber State full time, and my 4th job was locking up the parks. So I would go out at like 10:30 at night, and I'd ride my motorcycle around with the key and lock up all the bathrooms. And only one time did I lock an amorous couple in a restroom. Only one time. I didn't know they were in there. I guess they heard me coming and they were quiet and didn't respond when I said all clear. Then they had to call me back, and they sheepishly had to exit the restroom. That was a funny story. So I lock couples in bathrooms. That's what I do. It's like marriage counseling, only different. Yes, Morgan. Been to Morgan many times. Had a good friend who lived up there. She passed away, but had a good friend. Still, the family's still up there. So, ever see anyone stargazing? Oh yeah, lots of people without any stargazing type equipment. I didn't know blankets were so necessary for stargazing. Let's put it that way. Andy's mints are also good. They're too small, though. They need to make them in like a double thickness version. All right. On that note, this is the courtroom for the Robert Tellis trial. Checking out the seal for the great seal of the state of Nevada. Looks like it pays homage to the railroad, which was key in development in Nevada. You've got farming there at the bottom. The mining industry, you see a mine with the ore cart coming out. And a little bit of refining. Looks like smelting or something going on there. So Nevada is well known for its silver mines, believe it or not, although it does have its share of gold mines. They get a wee bit of gold out of that desert. I don't think it's well known for farming, though. I mean, when you think of Nevada, you don't think farming. One thing they don't have on the seal is anything to do with gambling, which I think is the biggest income earner as far as industry goes, probably right up there with mining. So wishing they had a fan. Oh, I'm sure they have very good air conditioning. That's one thing they do well in Nevada. That's a seal on one of my marriage licenses. I like that. And we get coal here. Coal is an eastern thing for the most part. There are some coal mines in Utah. One down by where we were with our relatives over the weekend. Can we look at the thumbnail real quick? You say that, but it's actually hard to get there. Let's see. I would have to turn this off, bring that over, because I'm down one monitor, right? And I guess I could probably make it work, but okay, okay, close that out. Here's our thumbnail so far, and this is all subject to change. We've got the sort of like the acid wash newspaper in the background. And a few suggestions on top. These might evolve over time. This is how it starts out. Bring our chat back. Farming is a gamble in Nevada, so that's how it's represented. Maybe distracted. See, I like that rationale. They do AC too well. We freeze in our office here at the DA. Sherry, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's there's no consideration given to anyone who is cold. If you are cold, wear more clothing. It's their job to keep the heat out and at any cost. Let's see. Slot machines are in that building. Yes. Honestly, gambling, Nevada has a sort of a bad rap because they have, they have what some people would call vices as legalized in different areas. Not all the vices are represented on their seal for some reason. It's the glasses on the end of the nose for you. Oh, I get a bingo if they fall off. Okay, that's what I've got on my bingo card, and that's like getting a blackout. If the glasses fall off the nose and down, it's just like an instant I win. I'm calling it right now. Judy, quick rundown on this trial. We've got Robert Tellis, who was a politician. I believe somebody said he was a lawyer. Might have been pro se at one time. I'm trying to remember. I didn't follow the early part of this case. He was a politician, and a newspaper reporter was doing a hit piece on how his office had a hostile work environment. And there was supposed to be another article coming out. If I'm putting together pieces some of you guys have given me. There's supposed to be another article coming out about that. And while it was in the works, that newspaper reporter was stabbed to death by someone who was wearing a big straw hat and orange construction fluorescent. I mean, it's not blending in. It's not camo. But, it's literally orange construction vest. He was pro se at one time. He has legal representation now. But this is a murder trial. And it's going to be an interesting one. I'm sure it's going to have plenty of spice. A hit piece, pun intended. No, it was a hit piece. I guess he lost his election, his re-election. Or claims he lost it because of a previous hit piece. And, yeah, very angry. Britta, we'll see you. Thanks for checking in. Get some rest. You also tried to have the judge dismissed. That's usually a good sign. That's when you know you have a good case, when the defendant tries to dismiss the judge. And sometimes for good reason, like, say, in the case of Tucker Franklin. Just heard the Treehouse guy has been arrested in Oregon on $3 million bail. Not sure how true. Carolyn, it's true. It's a weird story. It's like, I think the officials down in Key West in Florida, where the trials can be held, the retrial for Franklin Tucker, that's who we're talking about. They don't like him. They don't like him talking to the press, and they want to stop him from talking to the press. And when he's out, he tends to talk. He talks and talks. And so they found a way to bring him back, and they issued a subpoena, and he was at the airport to fly back to Florida when they arrested him. So he was literally complying. But he's in jail now. He has some representation. I'm not sure if it's standby counsel or full representation, but there is a trial coming up. We've got a month or two before it comes up, though. Let's see. Oh no, Trail TV Live says we have boots on the ground in Vegas and they're not letting her in. Not even as a spectator? Are you looking for... Oh no, Trail TV. Let's see. That's a bummer. I tell you, courthouse security, if you ever want to see some people who have or think they have too much power and use it incorrectly, that's the place. How in the world can they close it to spectators? Is it full? Yes, I have tried pickle ketchup. I actually really enjoy it. It tastes like you miss the crunch, but it has the perfect flavor. It's not even on the judge's docket. I wonder if it's a sealed... Well, why? How in the world could they have a sealed hearing if they're televising the whole thing? That's just... They should not close this for Utah. What? Why are you in Utah? Why am I here? I came here for a couple of reasons. My son's getting married in September. My family wanted to visit. We have family all up and down the Wasatch Front and down through Texas, and this was just the place we decided to visit. So we've got family up in Idaho, family in Utah, family in California, family in Texas, and we decided to meet here. Man. I don't have the peppers to do the spice meter. That is a problem. I am pepperless. I'm missing. I did not bring all my equipment, and I'm realizing that just having one machine down is a huge loss for the production value. Sherry says it'll be at the courthouse tomorrow morning. I can find out if it's closed to the public. It cannot be closed to the public if it's live streamed on TV. This just is so wrong. Sub to Trial TV's channel, awesome. They're doing great work. We love what they're doing. We definitely support them. They can't let in general public until jury selection over. Okay, but this hearing is pre-jury selection. Did you bring the goat? I did not bring the goat. I did not bring the paddles. I did not bring my emotional support zebra or Pickles. I packed light. And it's being streamed. No kidding. This is so bizarre. And Trial TV, I'm frustrated with you because this is I think it's probably somebody making a decision on the front line who doesn't understand the full scenario. And unfortunately, they are the least helpful to talk to. Anyway, Trial TV Live, a great channel here on YouTube. They've been watching us for quite a while, and they're doing great stuff. They are posting and preserving, for the record, a lot of these hearings so that the people can go back and watch them, a clean feed, and that's very important. And so we help each other out. I hope we can have a long and prosperous relationship back and forth as we assist each other. What happened with Corey Richens? I was waiting for the computer to
Judicial District Court Department 12 is now in session. The Honorable Michelle Levitt presiding.
Michelle Levitt is the judge.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Pam Weckerly and Chris Hamner on behalf of the state.
Good afternoon, Harlow Draskovich and Michael Horvath on behalf of Mr. Tellis, who is present.
We all ready to go?
We are ready to proceed.
Okay, and they got their information this morning?
Yes, Your Honor. In light of us receiving that from the RJ this morning, and we are kind of at a continued calendar call, the state would ask the court to obtain waivers from the defendant that he is waiving any further search of Garman's computer, which he received today. He's waiving challenging any of the privilege assertions by the review journal on his phone, Garman's computer, and he's waiving any further searches of the devices, because under the search protocol and stipulation he could have challenged any of those, but he's opted not to on any of the devices and the phone. And presumably this is perhaps against the advice of counsel. I don't think he's made an explicit waiver of any of those privilege assertions.
So RJ turned over documents?
It did.
But then there was still information that they were claiming privilege.
That's correct, on the computer as well as his phone. And under as the court knows, under the agreement, we could have challenged those, either side could have challenged those, and it would be subject to like a procedure outlined in the agreement. And my understanding is that the defense is opting not to challenge any of those privilege assertions.
And that was the feed. It wasn't
we have
on
to
my
be ready
end.
for trial when the court sets trial, so we're ready.
Did they turn already?
Yep, it is on my end.
Yeah, we have some information on both of those devices, but the state's belief is that if there was other potential, if there's potentially exculpatory material on any of those devices, Mr. Tellis is opting not to challenge any of the privilege assertions. We have no idea what's in those, and he's opting not to do that on the phone and the computer.
How much information was turned over?
On
the judge is chewing gum.
I think Mr. Chavez is standing up, so he could probably give us kind of a gigabyte term.
Yeah, good afternoon, Your Honor. David Chavez on behalf of the Review Journal. So yeah, we dropped off a copy of the hard drive to both parties this morning. The hard drives contain a ton of information. I don't know the precise megabytes, but after cutting out all of the privileged material over which we're not waiving privilege, I think we have about like a little bit, like perhaps a third of the laptop still, and much of that information pertains directly to this case. And we contend that information is still privileged, but we have chosen to waive those privileges to further the parties' dispute.
Okay, the information relevant this case.
That's correct. And we'll also note that we produced the phone as well and the information from the search warrant as well. Months ago, obviously.
And I could say, with respect to the desktop computer download that they just turned over, it was 64.5 gigs.
Thank you very much.
That's pretty good. That's a lot.
And parties are ready to proceed?
The state's ready to proceed. I would like the court to inquire of Mr. Tellis if he waives further access. We're happy to be excused if you want to have a discussion with him and his counsel about that waiver.
I think that probably would be appropriate, Your Honor.
And you think the state needs to take place outside the fence of the state?
I think that would be appropriate as well. Obviously, there should be some questions. And the state, I think their questions are appropriate. So I think you should canvass my client in reference to those.
Okay, so it appears that he is waiving those?
He is, yes.
All right, so the state will excuse themselves? Judge? Mr. Draskovich, do you want me to...
Do you want me to
I would
kill?
prefer, yes.
Okay. I don't know if you can put it on hold and then...
Okay, so we get to see the wall again.
There we go. Okay. All right, so Mr. Draskovich, do you just want to indicate for the court exactly what your client is waiving?
This should not be
Yes,
live.
Your Honor, I guess we'll start with their list, the last matter, and move towards the beginning. I've advised my client we did receive these materials today. We've outsourced this. We brought in an out-of-state expert. It's Manifest Trials, who is in possession as part of our office, or part of our defense team, reviewing the materials turned over. My client understands that there will not be further analysis.
Okay, they killed the audio. Mint. I got another. Okay, they killed the audio here. This is not my side. That was the right thing to do. The state is gone. Now we just read lips. The gentleman who is sans hair on the left of your screen, that is the defendant. That is Robert Tellis. They're having a colloquy with the judge regarding him waiving his right to request further searches of information, it sounds like, which to me it sounds like a good thing. It means that the parties are able to move forward with the case right now. But he's waiving that speeds things up. It doesn't have a big question mark hanging over the case to see if there's something outstanding that would cause the court to pause. But the man's beard and back is magnificent, says day on the docket. I can't believe the judge is chewing gum. Just like, I mean, she's the whole bit. Let's see. The squeaky door was loud. We need some WD-40 on that. Where have I seen this lawyer? You probably saw the lawyer from the Tommy trial. Do you remember Tommy? The guy that allegedly, well, I guess who was convicted of shooting his wife and his... killing his wife and the guy that he set up to kill his wife. Well, he was convicted of staging the wife's murder and then the other. She also has a bit of a Nancy Grace look. Yes, that's probably the most accurate one. I was thinking something from a Disney movie. I guess I shouldn't go there. She has a little of that too. But Phyllis Channing.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're done with that hearing. We can bring the prosecution back in.
Where's our first 65 panel?
They're being brought up from the 12th floor and lined up.
Sure.
Okay, we're moving ahead with jury selection. We've got the first 65 for the panel. This judge is fair. I love a good fair judge. You can have all the personality you want as long as you're fair. You don't remember Thommy?
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. All right, the record reflects that the state is back in the courtroom. Because has been canvassed. I know we have a couple of motions before we bring the jury panel in. And I know the motion to dismiss, is there anything further?
It's been fully briefed. We've submitted it to Your Honor, so it will be submitted on the briefings.
I'll submit it on the pleadings, Your Honor.
Okay, the motion to dismiss is denied. The motion in limine, there are a few things in the motion in limine. The first one has to do with photographs. I would just defer any ruling until we have all of the photographs marked as proposed exhibits, and you can make your objections at that time.
That's what we anticipate. Thank you.
I mean, obviously you've seen them all.
We have.
Okay. And then the next one is admission of all testimonial confronted hearsay. Do you want to add anything?
Our position is fairly clearly laid out. The state's going to argue, and I would anticipate there being a special jury instruction that it's not the truth of the matter, that basically this would perhaps go to motive. But nonetheless, we've briefed our concerns in reference to this. Obviously, these articles contain hearsay information that is testimonial in nature, and based upon those bases, we're objecting to their admission.
So the state's position is we're not here to engage in a finding of whether or not what's alleged in the articles is true. We're just going to enter the articles themselves into evidence as indication of motive. We're not going, we'll have to discuss what the content is, because that is a basis of motive, but not whether what Mr. Garman wrote about Mr. Tellis was true.
Okay, and I know I indicated I would give it to Barr's instruction before that testimony comes in. So, Mr. Krasovich, I only gave it if you request it.
And obviously, we are going to request that instruction be given.
Okay. If you want to prepare it,
we will.
Ready? I will give it before and at the end when the jury gets instructed on the law. The last one is the testimony of Kimberly Dannenberg. Anything you wanted to add?
We'll submit it on the briefing.
And that's the witness testimony that we took.
That is correct.
All right, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. That part of it is denied. And
these are the last motions in limine.
It also has to do with the news articles. I'm assuming it's just if you want to add anything.
We'll submit it on the briefing.
Okay. So it's denied, and the first one, the photographs, that will be deferred until all the photographs have been marked, and you can make your objections at that time.
Thank you.
Is there anything else?
Not on behalf of the state.
No, on behalf of the defense.
So you're ready to bring the first 65 in?
Sure.
Okay, so
we just have to rearrange.
they're bringing in the jury, the first 65. So we're beginning with jury selection. Well, I'm not sure how much we'll get to see, or if we'll get to see any of it at all. They might shut it down, but I think it might be open to the public. We should not see the jury's faces at least, but we might hear their voices. It will be a little bit noisy with 65 people there in the courtroom, and obviously the air conditioning running. It sounds like we've got just a mic on the camera to pick everything up. Let's see. Oh, back to the seal. Judge is very animated. A lot of motion. She moves around a lot in her chair, which gives me hope that her glasses may at one point fall off. Judge sounds like she's wearing a pair of swimmer's nose plugs. Must be the glasses. It could be. They're a little tight on the end. Could happen. She does chew gum. I guess she allows gum in her courtroom if she chews it. I don't know how she can do okay for me, but not for thee. Tellis looks smug. He's got that look of a politician. Let's try to figure out what we want to count. Oh, that's what I don't have. I don't have a counter. I'm going to need a counter. We need to know what we want to count and how much to count. I think it's over. Let's see if they'll let us show the other one. I don't think they will. All right. That's why there's no room for people to sit in the courtroom, because they're doing a jury selection. So we are done with Telus. That's as far as we get. So the big decisions that were made today is Robert Telus waives his right for further information to be dug up and turned over on this the reporter's laptop and cell phone. Then there were a couple motions. The motion to dismiss was denied. As far as the articles coming in, this is the articles that the reporter, the victim who passed away, who was killed, wrote. There was a motion to not allow them in. It sounds like they might be allowed in, but not for the truth of the matter asserted, meaning not for the facts or of what was there, other than the presented to show that this was the origin of Mr. Tellus's anger towards the victim. So that was it. We do not get to hear jury selection here. We can either go back to that was a short day. We'll watch. They've got 65 people in there, right? They're probably going to get a jury of 12 with maybe 4 alternates. Who is this? That's Judge Fink. Okay, give me a minute here. All right, we'll watch something else. I'm trying to see if we have David Wolf was not live. That's all. I think that's all we're going to get from Robert Telus right now. I think that's it. Until the jury is seated, it sounds like no more. New setup, just because I'm on vacation. That's all. It will be a very interesting case. It's going to be fascinating to go through. Welcome, Lenova. Good to have you here. Squeaky door. We could count the squeaky doors. Any other the glasses? We counted the glasses previously, but I don't think we're going to have quite the same count as we had with Morrissey. She was phenomenal with her glasses in the Alec Baldwin trial. So squeaky door is a good count, especially if it's not a really tight courtroom. A lot of courtrooms, they say, look, once court starts, either you're in or you're out. And that's it. And if you have to go out, you can't come back in until the next break. So it sounds like with her allowing gum, maybe she also allows people to come in and out. Someone we followed in Simpson's Court had to appear today. I don't recall what it was, but on my calendar showed the 9 a.m. session. That's sort of not good for us because, let's see. We have a Sarah Boone hearing. When is that one? We have one tomorrow. And then one on the 14th as well for Sarah Boone. The one tomorrow is whether or not media is going to be allowed in the one on the 14th. I think. Possibly. There's like thunder outside. Crazy thunder. Hey, how are you doing? We're live. Welcome. See ya. There's a little one. Don't think we can pick the countable circumstance in advance. We need to let it develop organically, says Wagger. But we got sort of a peek inside the courtroom with both the hearing and then the little the pretrial hearing and then this pretrial hearing, the two of them. Yes, I took you all on vacation. Mostly I took work on vacation with me, so I didn't get a vacation. Sarah's going to be handcuff free at the lawyer table. Yes, she will, but she will be shackled with, I think at a minimum, the stun cuff. The stun cuff's going to be on her ankle. Count the old gum under the judge's desk. Please tell me that's not where she puts it. Oh. Cheryl C., I missed your comment. Somebody caught it. Is he the one up for adoption? No. All my kids are amazing. I joke a little bit, but I wouldn't trade them for the world. Thought Sarah was on the 17th. What I'm showing is that Sarah Boone has, we've got a 13th and a 14th. So tell us was this week. Who else was supposed to be this week? See if we have anything from Koberger. See, when are we? We're at August. Let me see what we have. I thought something was coming up in Koberger really quickly. Looking for possibly public records. I forget where my link is for Koberger. Let's see. Maybe you guys have already found it in chat. The 13th might not happen. 14th status hearing, 1:30 is all I have. I showed that they had a meeting. They were going to have a meeting beforehand to see if they wanted to allow the meeting with the evidence to be covered by the media. Yes, that BBC guest, that's a funny clip that'll live forever on the internet. Can we get a docket schedule? I'm looking at mine right here. We're counting on Robert Tellis right now. That's going to be the next one. Obviously, Sarah Boone is has some hearings coming up soon. Let's see. Master Ayden has jury duty starting in 3 days in Bexar County. Hopefully, Judge Boyd. We've got the Home Depot murder in Escambia, Florida. It's the Aggie murder, or the Aggie trial. That's 8/24. Carly Gregg, the teen who shot mom and dad, that's in Mississippi. This is going to be interesting. That's 9/1, so that starts in 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Is that right? Yeah, that's September. Lori Vallow Daybell has a final conference September 6th. The Treehouse murder also starts on September 6th. Judge Wolf Family Estate DNA Spicy Case, 8 a.m. docket. That's on the 26th of next month. Some more. We've got the Jesus Ayala and Jasmer Keys intentional hit and run of cyclist. That's coming up in Las Vegas as well. It's supposed to be next month as well. Lori Daybell's trial starts next year, as does the Karen Reed retrial in January, if that moves forward. Brooks Hoke is February. Brian Koberger isn't until like June. So we've got a few big cases coming up, but it's sort of quiet right now. I'm going to switch to this camera. They keep on wanting to come into my room. Wade Wilson sentencing to the 27th of August is busy on the docket front. Yeah, Wade Wilson, he's the guy with the face tattoo, the smiley face. We did show the former court appearance. We showed the last hearing this morning. We covered that one. We did not cover Darrell Brooks very much. I think we've had enough of him. Trial isn't going to happen. Lots of court this fall. There is. Wade Wilson's prison phone calls. Oh, my goodness. Did he not know they were recorded? I mean, how could he not? There's literally a recording saying this call is being recorded at the beginning of the call. How do you miss that? Let's see who is out and about. Let's see if Thurston County is up. We haven't seen anything from Thurston in a little while. Thurston County Court. Let's see, District 2. No. 1. No. 3. No. About 4. It's awfully quiet up there. What is this one? So Thurston County is a no-go right now as well. Let's see. We've got Judge Wolf has an aggravated child abuse one. We're not going to cover that. We've got the earthquake in California. I don't have any cameras down there. Got a case in front of Judge Fink. Just hasn't started yet. It's a law in motion before Honorable Thomas Fink. That one's still just blank. Judge Boyd is live. I think she's about done with her docket for the day. Her courtroom's nearly empty. What a quiet Monday. We got Young Thug, obviously. That's still, it still has Copeland on the stand. This is crazy. Look.
I don't recall what I told the investigators.
He's still saying the same thing.
Did you also tell them that there's not going to be one time that you don't see you and Little D together, no matter what?
I don't recall what I told the investigators. But Lil D is not a. He don't have my life. He not like me. Lil D is a pretty boy. He for the girls.
Okay, so when you say he's not like you, what do you mean?
He's a pretty boy. He's for the girls?
I don't recall.
Okay, so why did you just say that?
I don't recall.
Oh my goodness. This is so bad.
So when you say he's like the girls, what do you mean?
He's a pretty boy.
Okay.
He's not a troublemaker.
Oh, okay, so what does that mean? Why did you tell me that?
Lil D was only around for the girls.
Okay. So when he got beat up in the club, was that only for the girls?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
So if he's only about the girls.
Lil D is not a fighter. He's not a shooter. He's just a pretty boy.
He's a lover.
Are you aware of Little D shooting at people's houses after he got beat up in the club in April 2015?
No, Lil D don't know how to shoot no gun.
Okay. Were you aware of him being convicted for that?
Cause Lil D wanna be something that he ain't. So he probably took a charge. Ain't no telling.
You took a charge for the rep?
Now, are you familiar with a person by the name of Trevia?
Who?
Trevia?
I don't know who that is.
Okay. Do you know of Moontung having a girlfriend named Trevia?
Oh, the girl. Yeah, I know who. I don't know her. I know who you're talking about.
Okay. And Trevia, was she at one point in time also dating Shell Kel?
That's her.
I'm asking you.
I don't recall.
Okay. Do you recall telling the detectives about Trivia and about the issues you had with Trivia yourself?
I ain't had no issues with her.
Do you recall telling the detectives about Moontuk and Shell Cal getting into an argument at Club Crucial?
We grown, we men, we ain't doing no arguing, especially not over no girl.
Okay. Do you recall telling Detective Gaither and Detective Dennis?
I would tell them anything.
And that their argument wasn't over a girl?
I don't recall.
Okay, we just got a live stream from Thurston, so we're going to jump up to there.
Thank you, appreciate it. All right, you too. Yes. Thanks.
I got him.
Thank you.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Mr. Bader. You have a good day.
Is that it?
And Mr. Gasling.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Dim over there. Who have you got with you?
I'm here with Jason Cuthbertson for 2 changes of plea. And I believe the prosecutor has just signed those and moved them to the judge's folder. I will alert, or I can just make a brief record that Mr. Cuthbertson and I did go through both of those forms today. He has signed them. There is an appendix on the last page. I was not able to capture the full agreement with the prosecutor in the limited space on that form. So I just want to make sure the court is aware of that. I do believe Mr. Cuthbertson understands all of his rights today and is making a knowing waiver of his right to trial. Yes, sir. And I will leave it at that for now.
So Mr. Cuthbertson is pleading guilty under case number 618 to 1 count of protection order violation and cause number 617, 1 count of protection order violation. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and Mr. Cuthbertson, I have those plea statements here, written plea statements. Have you reviewed those with Mr. Gasling?
Yes, sir.
All right. And by entering a plea of guilty to these charges today, you're waiving your legal rights in these cases. So that means you give up the right to take these cases to trial and have the prosecutor prove each charge beyond a reasonable doubt to a jury. The right to call witnesses who could come to court and testify in your defense. The right to hear and question the witnesses who would testify against you. You're giving up the presumption of innocence on these charges and the right to appeal your convictions. Do you have any questions about those rights?
No, sir.
All right, for each one of these counts, there's a mandatory consequence, which is that you lose the right to possess firearms.
Yes, no problem.
All right, and did anyone make any threats or promises to get you to plead guilty to these charges?
No, sir, not at all.
And then looking at the statements that you've provided, I'm going to start first with the 617 case on June 4th, 2024 in Thurston County. Knowing of an existing protection order applying to me, I knowingly violated a provision of that order that prohibited contact with Alice Noel. Is that your statement?
Yes, sir. For the most part, yes, sir. I was just, see what was going on with my stuff and my kid. That's all. But yes, I did it.
All right, then on that case number, I'll accept your guilty plea. And then we're going to turn to the 618 case number, and the statement written on that one says, on June 13th of 2024 in Thurston County, Washington, knowing of an existing protection order applying to me, I knowingly violated a provision of that order by that prohibited contact with Alice Noel. Is that also your statement?
Yes, sir. Same answer.
All right, then I will accept that plea as well. Okay, Mr. Robbins, I'm going to assume that you're here for these matters.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
And, we would just ask that Your Honor follow the agreed upon recommendation. Especially important to us is this treatment and the no contact order. I would also note that the victim is here. I believe she's over Zoom and would like to speak.
Okay. So you're recommending Domestic violence referral. You're also recommending alcohol, drug treatment. And then it looks like the state has also agreed to forego some other charges.
Correct. The pending referrals, and will dismiss the Superior Court charge.
DV impact on children class. Okay. I make sure I see all the recommendations that are being made here. All right, Mr. Gasling.
Your Honor, it's a pretty heavily negotiated case, and I would ask the court to adopt that recommendation and just make it clear the agreement was not to file any charges, whether referred or not referred, that are alleged to have occurred up to today's date, and that Mr. Cuthbertson's felony matter will be dismissed in its entirety, all charges under that case number ending in 00567-34. But I think this is setting Mr. Cuthbertson up for success going forward. He has taken this very seriously. He's been in custody for nearly 2 months at this point in time. And I think it's given him a lot of time to reflect, but I'll leave him, I'll let him explain what it's really meant to him there. Hopefully our office can be a support to him going forward as he proceeds with these referrals and treatment. I would ask the court to waive as many fines and fees as possible, just given that he has been in custody for 2 months. He has no savings to speak of. He will be seeking some funding so that he can get those assessments done on time to comply with the court's requirements. His main goal here, Your Honor, is just reuniting with his child, and I think he understands the legal means he needs to pursue to do that in Superior Court.
All right. And Mr. Cuthbertson, would you like to say anything?
Yeah, actually helped me, give me some time to reflect on a few things, sir. And, I'm going to college. I'm going to go to college when I get out of here and, get in touch with Jesus and stuff like that, like I've been trying to be here lately. Just gave me a lot of time to think about stuff and really figure out what I need to do in my life instead of just, sit around and let it go to hell. We all mess up sometimes, and I just want to be, an outstanding citizen again. That's all.
All right. And then Miss Noel, I see you're logged in here. If you want to say anything, you certainly can.
Yes, Your Honor, I would like to. My only real concern in this situation is, maybe Mr. Cuthbertson's had a change of heart, but in the past, he's always told me that any restraining orders he's going to ignore. So that's my only concern in this situation. His son is doing very well. And I do hope he betters himself. That's all.
Thank you. All right, and it looks like the parties are in agreement that Mr. Cuthbertson has credit for 57 days served at this point.
That was the calculation according to the booking report I received from the jail, Your Honor.
Gotcha.
Hey, we're live. Anybody can just walk in, sit down. Yeah, her voice, I think, spoke more to the judge than anything she said.
We can all be stubborn and pig-headed sometimes,
Don't talk. Don't talk. Do you see the panic look on the lawyer's face right when he started to talk again? It's like, oh, shut up. We're working this. Don't say anything.
All right, Mr. Cuthbertson, on the 617 case from June 4th, I will oppose 364 days, 307 days suspended, credit for 57 days served. The only financial obligation will be a $120 probation fee. For the next 60 months, your sentence is suspended, and the conditions are: don't violate the law, don't go to bars or taverns, don't consume any alcohol, marijuana, or non-prescribed drugs, don't possess any firearms or dangerous weapons, comply with the conditions of any no contact or protection orders. And then your affirmative conditions are to get your substance use evaluation, follow any treatment recommended, complete the domestic violence referral and treatment, and the DV impact on children class.
Yes, sir. No problem.
You can start turning in proof of these things to the court no later than October 31st.
Okay.
Then on the 618 case that occurred on June 13th, your sentence is 364 days, all 364 days suspended. The sentence is consecutive with 617. There are no additional fees. The suspended sentence is for the same period of time, 60 months, and the conditions of your suspended sentence are the same.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Now, as a direct consequence of your conviction for these offenses, your right to possess firearms is revoked, and that can only be restored by a superior court of this state.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions for me about your sentence?
No, sir. Besides the fact, am I getting out today? And
on these cases, yes.
Okay. Are there any other cases pending at all?
I see that there is a case pending in Superior Court, but I don't have any authority to release you on that. So you may have to go before another judge to do that.
And Your Honor, the state is hoping that we can put in a new no contact order, a post-conviction one.
Certainly.
We do recognize that there's an existing civil protection order. However, it expires in less than a year, and it was important to the victim that one would remain.
She did mention that, and I looked, but I did not see an order. But I would certainly add to the conditions that he comply with the conditions of an order during the entire 5-year probationary period of this case.
Understood. And then
welcome, Mel.
Preparing that
Good to see you back. Misconduct as well.
Let me know when it's available, and I will add that to the documents.
Understood.
All right, Mr. Cuthbertson, you've got quite a few things that you have to do to take care of the situation. Like you said, to get out there and better yourself and stop doing this stuff. It is a lot of work, but it starts just one step at a time.
Yes, sir. Am I able to get out today or tomorrow morning?
As far as I know, you're eligible for release on these 2 cases that you're in front of me for right now. And then you'll probably have to ask Mr. Gasling to give you some guidance on when you could potentially be released on the Superior Court case.
This is the concern. Okay. If he goes back,
all right, that's all, Mr.
Cuthbertson.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hopefully, first of all, she had the strength to come in and advocate for herself in trial, which is good. Hopefully, she also has the strength and the ability and opportunity, if he does violate, to get the law enforcement involved before things get serious, if he breaks any of those conditions. But fingers crossed that this gentleman is going to make the changes he needs to in his life. And quit messing up, especially when it hurts other people.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. I'm waiting on another person here at county, but for the moment, I believe there are a few matters on the out-of-state docket that involve blood draws, and I'm wondering if the state is planning to go forward to dismiss those without prejudice pending talks. Because if the plan is to dismiss, I would want to call those up top of the calendar so those folks don't have to wait.
Okay, we're going to pause for a second.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and call them any order you want. We'll take care of them right now.
It is pouring rain outside. It's like just absolutely dumping down. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's pouring rain. Thought I'd share that.
All right, and this is citation arraignment for 1 count of driving under the influence. Mr. Abid?
Yes, Your Honor. The state moves to dismiss without prejudice pending talks.
All right, Ms. Cole, the citation that was filed against you is dismissed, and you are free to go.
Thank you very much. Have a good day, sir.
I haven't had the opportunity to advise Ms. Cole on that, so just if...
That is correct.
Okay.
So if the court would be, I apologize, but if the court would be willing to advise her on what it means for it to be dismissed without prejudice.
Yeah, that would be appreciated.
The case is dismissed. The prosecutor's office. Did you mute that person?
Somebody's on Zoom.
All right. And the
Hello?
prosecutor's office has the authority to file that case within the statute of limitations. If they do refile that case, you would get notice before a court hearing. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Good to go. Okay. There's more.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor. Here with me, this is Mr. DeBruno. I am not sure what number he is on this. We're a little discombobulated today, Your Honor, but I've spoken with him. He is here on a warrant return. It looks like Your Honor actually was the judicial officer at the last hearing Mr. DeBruno was here for on this matter, which was a compliance review back in February. He then missed one in, I believe, in June. He let me know that he did not realize that he had court for that hearing, which makes a lot of sense looking at the record, Your Honor, because it looks like he had been given a proof by date. And he let me know that he does not have a stable mailing address or working phone number at this time.
But he knew he didn't turn in his victim panel and his substance use evaluation, right?
Yes, Your Honor. So it sounds like so Mr. DeBruno was under the impression that the victim impact panel had actually been removed as an affirmative because it sounds like his son had died shortly before the last hearing, and that had been maybe removed as an affirmative, although I see it still in the notes, and so I'll defer to the court on that, of course. But I mean, he let me know that he didn't know he had that hearing, and he's been struggling to afford substance use evaluation. It seems like his life, there's just been kind of a lot of really hard stuff happening, and I believe that he wants to do those things. It's just been impossible financially and logistically, as well as dealing with the grief and trauma of his son's death.
All right, and when it looks like when he missed court, a warrant was issued for $5,000. What's the state's current position on that warrant?
Your Honor, at this point, the state has to 14 days jail time or an alternative 30 days of electronic home monitoring and close the file on the basis of the lack of compliance with the substance use evaluation, treatment, and victims impact panel.
All right. I haven't made any finding of non-compliance yet, but
yeah, and Your Honor, I would ask that the court at this time release Mr. DeBruno, quash the warrant, and set a compliance hearing back, or a PFTC if that's what the court's so inclined to do, for some time from now to give him some time to pursue those and get in compliance.
all right. Well, I do believe that there's grounds to find that he's in violation because you just told me that he didn't do the substance use evaluation because he didn't have the money to do it. So I'll release him and set a sanction hearing.
All right, understood, Your Honor.
Now, I mean, I say this from time to time. I don't know if I've said it recently, but probation's not a gotcha game. These probationary conditions are not set up as snares and traps to get people stuck in because they didn't follow some esoteric rules exactly. All right, it's an affirmative duty on the part of Mr. DeBruno to use his own efforts to go out and do these things, not to get caught in not doing them. That's not what this is about. So, Mr. DeBruno, the reason I say that is because I want to see you. I want to see you be able to go out and get your substance use evaluation, and if you have an issue that needs to be addressed, that you do it. All right, I'm not trying to get in the way of that. I'm trying to facilitate you being able to do that. Okay, so I'm not going to revoke your probation and send you to jail unless I'm relatively confident that you're just ignoring that and you don't really have any desire to do it. So what I'm going to do is release you, and then when you come back here to court for your sanction hearing, first thing I'm going to do is look to see if you've done that substance use evaluation and if you're following through with it. And if you have, there's not going to be any reason to give you a sanction because you'll be doing well. You'll be doing what we want you to do. Okay, so that's the idea here. If you don't do it, if you don't show up, that tells a story all its own, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now do you have any confusion in your mind about what you're supposed to do?
No, I have worry, but not any confusion.
Okay. All right, I can understand you having some anxiety about it, sure. And maybe even some worries about whether you can afford it, but you can always come to court and explain that stuff, right? Not coming to court and having us issue a warrant for you, like I said, that tells a story about what your intentions are.
Yeah,
Hey Siri, define esoteric.
Esoteric means
the last time I was
intended for or likely to be understood by only a small number of people with a specialized knowledge or interest.
Everything I had.
There you go.
So I had lost all my communications, documents of everything.
Okay.
No, congratulations.
Well,
you've got a
don't
very
ever
generous
hesitate to reach
community here.
out to the court.
Ricky,
If
thanks for your
you've
gifts as
forgotten your court date and you know things are a mess, we're going to try to help you straighten it up, not make it worse. We'll tell you when your court date is, tell you how to get a hold of your public defender. We'll give you all kinds of information to help you get back on track instead of, we're not just trying to catch you. That's not what this is about. All right, let's give him a court date.
Reverend Beasy, you deleted your message before I could see it.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so this is a piece of paper that has the contact information for everybody.
Okay, that next court date is October 17th at 9 a.m.
Okay, it's getting really hard to see out the window now. It's really coming down.
All right, Mr. DeBruno, we'll see you here in a couple months, and I hope it's good news.
All right, thank you very much, Your Honor.
Pouring rain. That's crazy.
And I see you sent me that no contact order for Mr. Cuthbertson, so I'll get that ready.
I'm just glad it'll clear out the air. If this can move through and then we can show you the mountains, just a clear view of the mountains. The mountains are beautiful. First word sounds like wall. Second word, second word. She's talking a lot for Pictionary. Fanny Pack, you are in green. So you got a gifted membership at some point as well. It looks like, I don't know when yours came through. Let's see. I can't see when it came through, but you're in green, so you got one at some point. Had a couple, a little bit of thunder. So far, so good, though. Okay, we might jump back to Young Thug. I just cannot get enough of this.
Your Honor, while we're waiting for the person here to come in, is Mr. I haven't had the opportunity to speak to any of the out of custody arraignment folks yet. But is
what does that
Mr.
mean?
Self-explanatory.
It's not. If you could tell me, what does that mean?
Recall.
Okay, so why did you just say that?
He's still doing it. I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, I cannot get enough of this. This is driving me. The fact that this is continuing all day long, this is going on.
And in February of 2015, when you had this initial interview after you and your child mother was shot at,
Fanny Pack, thank you very much. I thought
did you
that's
just
why you're
want the
green,
police to do their
because
job
you're
and
Thank you.
find out who killed Nut so that people would stop coming after you?
Can you say it again?
Sure. In February of 2015, when you had this initial interview, did you just want the police to do their job so that people could stop coming after you? You wanted them to find out who killed Nut so people could stop coming after you.
You saying, did I say that?
Yes.
I guess I don't recall. I think so. I don't know.
Okay. Were you tired of people coming after you thinking that you killed Nut?
I was tired of getting shot at.
Okay. And were you getting shot at because people thought you killed Nut?
Objection. Yeah. Sustained.
Did you believe that you were getting shot at because people thought you killed Nut?
I was getting shot at before that.
I'm talking about in January 2015.
I never got shot at in January 2015. I think I got shot at in February or something like that.
When you were shot at and while you were in the car, was that in January 2015?
I don't recall. The only time I remember getting shot at is when I had my daughter. That's the only time I think I got shot at, if I'm not mistaken. After Nut got killed.
Okay. And you said you don't recall the time on the highway.
I don't remember if it was before or after he got killed.
Right.
I told you I've been shot at a lot.
I've been shot at a lot. We've got gang names mixed in here.
Now, you said that you finessed them because they wanted the gun that you used to shoot back at the individuals who shot at you. What happened to that gun?
Doesn't recall.
How do I know?
What did you do with the gun after you shot at them?
What gun?
The gun that you used to shoot at the individuals who shot at you.
I don't know nothing about no gun. I don't recall.
Okay. Did you just testify a few moments ago that while your baby was in your hand, you took the gun and shot at these individuals who shot at you?
Oh, I told them I throw that gun in the woods.
Who did you tell that to?
The police, they caught me there that night. And they went to search the woods and they said they couldn't find it.
All right. Did you tell the detective who you were interviewing with that the gun was back at home and that you were going to go get the gun and bring it to them?
Yes, I think I told them that.
Okay.
I told them if they let me go, I'd bring the gun back.
And that specifically, you won't call Gaither and give Gaither the gun?
I don't know if I said that, but I probably did.
Let me see if I can get some closed captioning on that one. Just 1 second. Let's give this a try.
They asked you for the gun. Why didn't you give it to them?
I knew I wasn't going to get in the gun from the start.
Okay. Did you eventually explain in June of 2015 the reason why you never gave Gaither the gun?
What you mean?
When you were interviewed in June of 2015, did you tell Gaither why you never gave her the gun?
I don't know.
Okay. Did you tell Gaither in June of 2015 that you never gave her the gun because it was Shannon's gun?
What I'm going to do with Shannon's gun?
Okay. Did you recall telling her that?
Ain't no telling. I probably did.
Okay. And that Shannon took the gun with him while he was on tour with the...
No, I don't. I tell Gaither anything.
Okay.
Just like I would tell the rest of the police. But as in the truth of what happened was, I hid the gun in the neighbor house. And they bathroom up under the sink.
So why wouldn't you just tell Gaither that you hid the gun?
Because they're going to lock me up for the gun. I ain't supposed to have it.
Okay. But you had already told her in January 2015 that you had a whole chopper. You didn't get arrested for having a chopper. So why would you get arrested for having this gun when you were protecting yourself from being shot at?
Because it don't matter what I tell them. They know I had guns, but it's what they catch me with.
Okay. And didn't Gaither and the detective who interviewed you the night that you were shot at told you that you wouldn't get in trouble, they just need the gun?
Yeah, but only a fool go for it.
Only a fool goes for that. That's what they told me. I knew they were lying. Can't trust those cops. That's what he's basically saying. They knew I had it, but it's what they catch you with.
Now, when you were talking to the detective back in this February 20th interview, do you recall him asking you questions about Tay and where Tay was from?
Which Tay?
The Tay that you initially said shot at your car.
Oh, I don't
I mean,
recall.
excuse me, shot at you and Deshaun.
I don't recall.
Please tell me they've got this whole interview on video that they're going to play.
And that Deshaun actually told the police that he's either from Mechanicsville or he's from Simpson Road.
Deshaun ain't tell them nothing.
Okay. And matter of fact, Deshaun, when they asked him how old is Tay, Deshaun told them
Overruled, because I think it's as to let me hear the rest of the question.
Sure. During this entire,
how's he supposed to know this?
Because he's present in the room when she's telling him.
All right, I'm going to overrule it.
In this same interview, Deshaun was able to tell the detective that this individual by the name of Tay was about 20 years old.
I don't recall Deshaun saying nothing to the police, other than she ducked down.
And that matter of fact, you actually told the detectives that you used to hang out with this Tay before he shot at you.
I tell the detectives anything to get them up off me.
And specifically told him that you and him used to play basketball at Carver High School. The two of you used to play basketball on the basketball court at Carver.
I don't recall.
Their star witness, the state's star witness, who's hostile. Haley's Comet, welcome to the gallery. 12 months. Look at that orange courthouse. Looks great.
Miss Hilton, we're going to need to, it doesn't have to be right this minute, but pick a stopping point sometime in the next 20 minutes or so.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor. You said earlier that you weren't concerned about being labeled a snitch. Is that fair to say?
Say that again?
Earlier, a few moments ago, you said you weren't concerned about being labeled a snitch. Is that fair to say?
I wasn't.
You was not.
What you mean?
That you didn't have any concerns being labeled a snitch. Is that correct?
I don't get what you asking.
Back in 2015, were you concerned about people labeling you a snitch?
I was concerned about the safety of my family, so that's my mindset back then.
I'm asking you, were you concerned about being labeled a snitch?
A snitch is someone who tell the truth to the police.
Okay, so were you concerned about being labeled a snitch?
I was concerned about getting those who wrong me and the people I care about.
In the same February interview, did you tell
Snitch is
Detective
someone who tells the truth to the police.
Curry, I went down here and I talked to her. Now everybody, excuse me, let me stop that. Did you tell Detective Curry during this interview, how could I survive this? How can I survive this? I can't go anywhere if I don't have money. Because Gaither called my phone when I was in front of Young Thug. She wanted me to talk. She wanted me to come down and talk. You feel me? Everybody there, everybody right there. You feel me? That's what I did. I left, went down here and talked to her. Now, everybody look at me like I'm a snitch now. It's just like I can't get no money. You know, I was just getting money by just doing nothing. Hey man, I need to borrow this right here, just hanging around going for the mall. He paid for everything for me. And now they think I'm a snitch.
First of all, I was breaking in the stove, so I'm always getting me some money. That's what I'm gonna do. So what I told the investigators is just anything. I keep telling you that. You know what I mean? Like,
okay. So my question to you is,
welcome 12 or 13 months.
Were you concerned back then about being labeled a snitch?
I was playing the victim card. I keep telling you that. It was about being labeled a snitch, because if I was concerned about being labeled a snitch, I would never even try to finesse my way out of no situation, because even lying to the police, y'all to put it in there as in this and then third. I know anything that I say to a police officer, they're going to go into a police report anyway. So it's self-explanatory. I only cared about getting myself out of situations to protect my family. That's it.
And is that why you're changing your testimony here today? Because
I'm not changing I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Because you're concerned about being labeled a snitch?
Miss Hilton, the damn world called me a snitch. You think I'm only concerned about telling the truth today? I don't know what nobody else did, but I do know that I have lied on people, and I don't want that on my conscience. So today I'm sitting here telling you the truth. I told you the truth before y'all called me in this trial. I told y'all I have made it up. I told y'all that. I wasn't gonna say anything about nothing to hurt my friend. My friend was strict. I was only protecting him.
So when you told the detectives about what happened the night of Donovan Thomas's murder, were you protecting Threat?
Yes, I was gonna keep Threat name out of it as much as possible.
Did Threat have something to do with Donovan Thomas's murder?
I don't know what Threat got something to do with it, but I know that there was the last person I gave that car to.
What car?
The car, the Infinity car. And I wasn't gonna say nothing about it.
What Infinity car did you give to Threat?
The Infinity car that I had.
Okay. Is this the same car that you went to the rental car place with Thug and Thug rented the Infinity?
I'm talking about the gray Infinity car that me and Zachary was riding in. I wrecked the car, put up on Threat, gave the car to Threat, and I left.
Okay. Is this the same Infinity that you told police that you went to the Hertz rental car place with Thug when he rented the Infinity?
I just told you that I gave Threat that car.
Ms. Copeland, that's not what she asked. So listen to what she asked and then answer that as best you can.
You're saying you gave Threat that Infinity. Is that what you're saying?
Hold on 1 second. Y'all just confused me. What you say, Yana?
Well, I wanted Ms. Hilton to ask the question clearly and you listen to it and answer it. So ask the question you asked him a minute ago if that's what you want the answer to.
The Infinity that you're talking about, is that the Infinity that you went to the Atlanta airport with Thug when he rented the Infinity?
What you asking?
You're talking about an Infinity that you gave to Threat, correct?
Right.
The Infinity that you're referring to, is that the Infinity that you went to the Atlanta airport with Thug when he rented the Infinity?
Yes.
Okay. And that was the car that Thug rented, correct?
I asked him to rent me a car, and I rented the car, and I gave the car to Threat.
When did you give the car to Threat?
The same night I rented it. The night before that happened.
Before what happened?
The same night it happened. I can't remember. I gave the car to Threat and I left.
Where did you give the car to Threat at?
At the studio.
What studio?
I pulled up and gave it to him and pulled right off.
What studio?
This is crazy.
It was by Northside Drive, Marietta. It was one of them streets.
Was there anyone else at the studio when you gave the car?
I didn't go in the studio. I pulled up. I was pulling up. and I seen threat. I gave threat the car, jumped out of the car, it got in my called my brother to come and get me. And
he's messing up.
And was this the date Donovan Thomas died? Was this a few days before? In relation to when Donovan Thomas died,
got
when
my
did you get
charger.
the
I mean, called my brother to come and get me.
I gave threat that car. He let I wrecked the car, gave it a threat.
So when you
why did he want to wreck his car?
The car, why would you give threat a wrecked vehicle?
So I could. What you mean? It wasn't damaged bad. I don't know. I hit something on it, and then shit. The thing on the cover, it was tripping. So when I pulled up, I wasn't giving it to threat, but I just seen him standing outside. I was like, he like, what you about to do? I'm like, just get the key real quick. I'll be right back. Gave threat the car, and I dipped. I don't know if it was late. So when I woke up the next day, I came outside, and this when I heard what happened.
Okay.
All right, Ms. Hilton, is this a good time to
Yes,
stop
it's a good
for the
time to
day?
stop.
All right.
Yes.
They're stopping for the day.
All right, Mr. Copeland, we'll see you back here at 9 in the morning.
9?
9 in the morning.
I can go?
Yeah, you can go for now. All right.
He can
Ladies
leave.
and gentlemen.
He's not in custody because he's
To maintain
complying.
the integrity of this trial, remember that you need to decide this case based only on the evidence that is admitted during this trial and the law that I will explain to you. You should consider only the evidence admitted inside of this courtroom. You may not conduct any research on your own about this case or about any of the people or the places mentioned in this trial. You may not visit any places mentioned in the evidence, and you may not refer to any books or documents that have not been admitted during the trial. You should not take or review any photographs or video of any person or place involved in this case, except to review the evidence during your deliberations later. Also, you may not use any dictionaries or any other reference materials, including online reference materials, to help you in any way with this case. You may not use Google or any other internet search engine or consult websites, blogs, podcasts, any social media websites, apps, including but not limited to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, Reels, Twitch, YouTube, Kick, Reddit, or the like. I'm sure I left out a few.
She got
but any
most
of
of them.
those. Or any other source, electronic or otherwise, to get information about this case. And do not use any of these sources to get information about legal terms or concepts or about the law. Finally, do not watch, read, or listen to any accounts of this trial that might appear in the news media, whether online, in print, on television, on the radio, or otherwise. And this includes any social media as well. In short, do not seek any information about this case from any source outside of the confines of this courtroom. Remember, you are the ones who've been qualified
About
as
a
fair
year.
and impartial jurors to decide this case, and no other influence should affect your decision. For that reason, you may not discuss this case with anyone, including your family and friends, or let anyone discuss this case with you or around you. This includes discussion or sharing information in person or by phone, email, text, blog, or any form of social media. And if anyone does approach you about the case, please immediately let Sergeant Ingram or another deputy or court staff know that. Please remember that you should consider the evidence with an open mind, do not jump to conclusions, and do not reach any final conclusions until this trial is complete.
See you,
And by
Ricky.
that I mean until the deliberations begin, after you've heard all of the evidence, the lawyer's closing arguments, and the law that applies to this case. You must not, until that time, even discuss the case amongst yourselves in the jury room, during breaks, or anywhere else. Please remember to leave your notes and notepads in the jury room as you leave for the evening. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and we will see you at 9 a.m. in the morning. Thank you. You're excused for now.
Okay, so we're going to bail on that. That was the first day. That's the first day the jury's been back. Ooh, lightning. Big flash. I saw it bounce off the wall here. Looks like it's clearing up a little bit. Still can't see the mountains, but we'll just look right there. If I'm perfect, right out the window. We only watch Young Thug because it's the first day back after an 8-week hiatus. That jury has been sitting there for about a year, and it's just nuts. It's crazy. This trial will not make it to the end. There's so many things that are happening, so many pieces. That's on judge number 2 already. I'm surprised that we've gotten this far, but it's crazy. Mr. Copeland is their star witness. They thought he was a star witness because he spilled the beans on everybody. And then under cross-examination, when he testifies in court, he does not recall anything he said, and he said everything he said before was a lie. So I think they're trapping him. They're asking him. The questioning is effective. They're asking him about. Sorry, I disappeared. They're asking him about things that he's getting caught off and making comments and now getting caught with, and he's had to say He's said things to explain, and then had to backtrack and say, I don't recall. And they keep going back, well, why would you bring it up? Why did you just say it if you don't recall? I think that is just proof that he might not be telling the truth now either. This is the Storm Chaser edition. We're going to wrap things up for the day. We are watching the Tellis trial, Robert Tellis trial. That's in Nevada, in Las Vegas. That's the trial we're going to be watching, not the Young Thug, but that was what was available right now. So we brought you some of that drama. The trial is in jury selection right now. They have 65 people on a panel that are going to be questioned. Hopefully they will see the jury tonight. If so, maybe trial will start tomorrow. I'm hoping so. Fingers crossed on that one. But as soon as that trial does start, we're going to cover that one gavel to gavel. It's going to be a lot of fun. The weather looks fantastic. So I think I want to go out metal detecting. Yeah, it looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. No, I can't see the mountains yet, but that's what it is. It's only 3:30 here in Utah. I know it's 5:30 back in North Carolina, but this is about the time we normally end. This Tellis trial is in Pacific time. We haven't followed many cases in Pacific time, but this is one of them, which means we're going to have late evenings and long days. Lightning and wearing headphones is concerning me. No, everything's grounded. I'm good. Plus, that really charges me up. We're in northern Utah. I'm in Layton. Enjoy magnet fishing. No magnet fishing here. The rivers are too clear. If there's anything good down there, someone will see it and just pull it out. It does look very stormy. We do have a big storm coming through. We should have some 50-mile-an-hour winds, which are great. I'm waiting for instructions from our Airbnb host on operating the jacuzzi, which came with the Airbnb. I think there's nothing better than sitting out in the rain in the jacuzzi with lightning dancing around. So that might be an option. All right. That being said, let's go ahead and wrap up for the day, unless something else happens. And always, if you see something happen, please let me know on the burner phone. We'll try to go live with that. No court today. They're in court right now. They're just not televising the jury selection. Saucy in Florida. So we watched a little bit of the hearing that happened, but now the jury is being picked right now. As soon as they're seated, then we're going to be back. We'll get video, and we'll follow that court. It's going to be good. Magnet fishing, also known as metal detecting, yes. Super rainy here just south of you. John, keep the rain. Keep the rain. I want it to clear up. Tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love. Smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe. We go live tomorrow morning about 9 a.m. It's weird. It's weird because trial doesn't start until noon here, which is going to be crazy. So Utah has some serious storms moving through. I'll check. I think KSL is the big news station in the area. I'm going to check with them and see what's on the schedule for tonight. But it's good. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for your generosity. We've had many people who've been gifting memberships, as lightning flashes behind me one more time, have been gifting memberships and just welcoming new people. 12 thank you very much for the 13 months of support. Haley's Comet, new member. Thank you very much. Fanny Pack, back again, 14 months there. Ricky Watson gifted 5 memberships. Misconduct gifted 5 memberships prior to that. Nice words from Misty Harris. Thank you very much, Misty, for 7 months of support. Wouldn't be the same without you here. Thank you. Gordon, woohoo, a new live trial to follow. It's coming, Gordon. Selena K gifted 5. Ricky C gifted 5. And Marilyn Skull saying she cannot wait for this trial. 18 months of support from Marilyn. Thank you all. You guys be good to each other. We will see you in the morning. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
You especially want to go to court if it's bullshit charges because you get them thrown out.